You can totally see the moisture from breathing is like freezing my mustache and my beard. That's like frozen right there. TMI, but that's what happens in Alaska when it's -7.
Adventure is when it's snowing. Into the cold, ordinary dreams. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
What's up, guys? I hope you guys are doing well today. It is a chilly one here in Eagle River, Alaska. It's actually -3 degrees, and it has been such a cold week, actually probably a week and a half. I think the coldest it got was about -17, which is the coldest I've ever experienced here since we've lived here. Definitely doesn't get as cold here in Eagle River, which is right outside of Anchorage, like it does in Fairbanks, which it's like -40, 50 there all the time. But this is the coldest I've ever experienced. But I'm actually at the Eagle River Nature Center today. I love coming here. I haven't been here when it's this cold. I want to see what the rivers look like and just the beautiful scenery. It's actually been cloudy for the last week or so, and I've been wanting to come down here, but I didn't want to come down here on a cloudy day just because of how beautiful it is out here in the mountains, and I wanted to be able to see those. And thankfully today it's very clear. It is very cold again, but I've got so many layers right now, and I got a super thick jacket, but I'm excited to get out there and see this beautiful place. You can see how many layers I have on. I actually have on 2 hats. I've got 2 pairs of gloves on. I've got a thermal layer. I've got like a jacket under here, and then I have this awesome Canada Goose jacket. A lot of you guys that know the channel Live Each Day, Corey and Kristen Williams, Corey generously gave me his Canada Goose jacket. So it's like huge on me. Corey's like 6'3", I think, and I'm only 6 feet. So this thing is really big. I mean, it's meant to be big to keep you warm anyway, but I figure while I'm walking down to the boardwalk area, the nature center, I tell you a little bit about the winter solstice that was in late December. We actually came here for like a winter solstice event, and it was just so cool. They had like the trail was lit with candles and these little ice sculpture things, and they had like these fire dancers, I guess is what they call it, where they twirl fire and all this kind of stuff. And they had bonfire and hot chocolate and little crafts for the kids to do. So that was really cool. I'll probably show you guys a little bit of that here.
It's gorgeous?
Yes. Gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. I think she's mesmerized by the flames.
Boy, it's cold. I can still feel it through these layers, but I can only imagine if I didn't have this stuff on how much colder I'd be. But it has been so cold lately. It got, like I said, it got down to -17. And what's really cool is you can kind of see on all the trees, the snow had kind of just turned, you know, that was still on the trees, turned to like ice crystals. So everything was just so picturesque and so pretty and just frozen. The birch trees and the spruce were just amazingly beyond beautiful, and it was just really cool. It looks like tomorrow is going to be even colder, so I'm glad I came out here today. I think the high tomorrow is -1, so it's not even going to get above 0, which is crazy. But I love it here, even though so many people hate the cold. It's so worth it to me. Just this beautiful scenery and just the last frontier. It's you just have to experience one day. I hope you guys have the opportunity to one day. And I'm just getting to this first opening, and oh, it is such a clear day. I love this view right here. I'm gonna walk a little bit farther, but this is just gorgeous. So just look at that. It doesn't get much better than that. This is what they call like the beaver ponds. There aren't beavers in there anymore, but there used to be, and there were some dams. They kept damming up this place over here, so they still call it the beaver ponds. But this is just awesome. I love mountains and snow and trees. It's just beautiful. Key word there, mountains. I think if I was somewhere like Fargo, North Dakota, no offense to anyone that lives there, where it's just flat and cold and windy and snowy, it would just drive me crazy. But being out here, having the beautiful mountains, it really is worth it to me. I hope you have the chance, like I said, to experience this in the summertime and the wintertime. Even if you don't like the cold, just to be able to see the scenery. And if you ever come to Eagle River, please come to the Nature Center. It's free. You do have to pay a small fee for parking. I think it's $5 right now. We have a pass, it's year-round, that we paid for at the beginning of the year, or when we moved here back in June, that lasts for a year. So we can park here as many times, come as many times as we want. You also get access to the Nature Center in that little like log cabin. It's closed during the winter time, but you can come during the summer. But I love it here. The mountains are just so breathtaking, and I'm lost for words. It's just beautiful. It's hard not to say beautiful. I just love it. Really just can't beat this. Oh, yeah. It definitely feels warmer in here. I love visiting this little spot every time I come, even in the summertime. Just a cool little tree. I wonder how old it is. This is actually one of Jocelyn's favorite spots too. You know, leaving that tree actually reminds me, you know, I mentioned earlier, Corey Williams from Live Each Day gave me this Canada Goose jacket. I wonder if the last time he wore it, you know, seeing that tree reminds me when he had that scary wolf encounter. I'll leave a link to it up in the corner. But he was approached by a pack of wolves. I'll let you watch his vlog if you want more info about that, but I'm sure that was so scary. And if any of you have been wondering, I actually do have protection on me. I do have a gun. It's inside on a chest holster. And I do have bear spray. You're probably thinking, what, bear spray? It's wintertime. Bears hibernate. Bears do hibernate, but technically they don't go into a full hibernation. Especially black bears. What that means is they do sleep, they don't defecate, they don't eat, but they can actually wake up and come out of their den. Occasionally they might come out if their den has any damage, like after an earthquake, or, you know, snow caved in, or, you know, something like that. So they will actually come out. So if you stumble across one, don't think that they won't wake up. hopefully you never stumble across one. But they will come out, because actually last week there was actually one up near Mount Baldy, just kind of out, and looked very druggy, very slow. I didn't actually see it, but some neighbors in the area did. They sent some videos and photos of it, a black bear that is, but they will come out. So my motto in Alaska is you can never be too prepared. So I do, anytime I'm out in the outdoors, I do have protection with me, especially when I'm with Jen, my wife, and Jocelyn, our daughter. But I do have that out here, and I'd rather be over prepared and never have to use it than wish I had it. But the chances of running into a bear or anything like that is slim. More likely I'd see moose, and even more rare, mentioning earlier, wolves. It's very rare to see those. Typically they see you long before, and the only time that you might see them typically is if they're interested in you, but typically they aren't. So I'm just gonna get one more look out here at the nature center, this boardwalk, before I go back, before it gets too dark, because the sun is kind of setting. It's getting a little late in the afternoon. But I hope you guys enjoy the nature center. I could really use a hot drink right about now. Totally sit here and enjoy a hot drink. But maybe I'll get one when I get home. Speaking of a hot drink, today's video is brought to you by Teami blends. Teami blends formulates tea blends and tea-infused skincare that helps with a lot of health issues people face on a daily basis. Things like improving your gut health, increasing your sleep, boosting your body's natural energy levels, reducing bloating, and helping eliminate acne and clogged pores. All ingredients are 100% natural and pesticide and cruelty-free. Feel free to check out more information at teamiblends.com, and for 15% off your order, use code BOZARD15. So we've been doing this Teami Blends detox for the last 2 weeks of the 30-day detox, and I have loved it so far. And I would not be promoting something I don't believe in, and we really have enjoyed tea. I actually have not had any cravings for coffee. That's one thing that it's actually really helped me with. The other thing is really helped me with bloating. Haven't had any bloating in the last couple weeks. And it really boosts your metabolism and just gives you a natural energy. I used to be the one coffee in the morning type of person where I had to have my cup of coffee in the morning, or I just felt like I couldn't function. Like my brain just could not process the normal day-to-day stuff. But since having this Teami blends, I have this in the morning, and I have not felt the urge or the need to have coffee. Like I don't feel like I'm missing out on missing my coffee. And the other thing I really like about these leaves is you can reuse them throughout the day, so you can use it up to 3 to 4 times. I've kind of been doing 2 a day, occasionally 3, depending on the day, but I've loved it so far. It's really helped, again, with my metabolism, with a natural energy, you know, boost, which is nice. Another thing I love about it, just being 100% natural compared to coffee. And what are your favorite things about it?
Well, I've always been a hot tea and coffee drinker, where typically in the morning I have my cup of coffee, and then in the afternoon it's followed by a nice cup of hot tea. And
tea and biscuits?
No, just the tea. But anyways, so I've always loved hot tea, and so trying this tea wasn't anything unusual for me. And I think what I was surprised the most of is that it truly is a coffee replacement, that the energy you feel drinking the skinny tea is sustained throughout the day. Yeah. And you don't feel like, Dave, like you just said, you don't feel like you're in a fog, or you're not angry that you can't have coffee. Yeah. Happy hearts were had, you know, by all with the tea. And that's something that was really impressive to me, just the sustained energy that the skinny tea gives. And the other tea that we tried, part of the 30-day detox, the colon tea, you do that every other night. Yep, right before bed, so about an hour before bed. Yeah. And it smells not so pleasant. It doesn't smell very good. But it tastes a lot better than it smells. Yeah, it definitely does not. It doesn't taste the way it smells. We were definitely nervous the first night, like, do you want to go first, or do you want to go first? And it tastes totally fine.
But I guess it's a good sense that the way it smells is you know that it's gonna clean you out, because boy does it clean you out. It's called Teami colon. I won't go in any more detail about it, but it does definitely pull out all the toxins in you, and it feels like a really good detox because it does clean you out.
Yeah.
But I've loved it so far, and again, I would not promote this if I didn't believe in it. And another cool thing is they have these tumblers. So you see these little, it says Teami on the front, and one thing that people don't realize about these tumblers is it has a little secret bottom. So you
OMG.
you can put extra tea in there if you want. Say you want to have a second cup, but you're leaving the house, you already have 1 cup made. You can kind of put some tea down in there, or you can put vitamins or things like that in there.
Or a piece of chocolate to hide from the kids.
Healthy stuff.
Oh, sorry.
We're detoxing.
Sorry.
But these are tumblers. They are not shakers, so I would not recommend putting the tea leaves in here and shaking it all up, because this is really, really hot, almost boiling water. So it's not a shaker like a typical protein shaker that has a little ball in there. It's just supposed to steep in there. So the way it works is you put a teaspoon of tea in here, and it has this little strainer inside, which is really nice. See if I can get the strainer out. This little strainer inside, so you're not going to get any tea leaves kind of in your mouth while you're drinking it. And you put the tea leaves in, put the water in, put the strainer on top. Don't put the tea leaves on top of the strainer. Make sure the tea leaves are actually in the cup.
Unless you like eating leaves.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. And then you put the lid on and just let it steep. So I'd recommend at least 3 minutes to steep tea. I typically actually wait for 5 minutes because it's just really hot and it's very flavorful. I like to add honey in my tea. Some people like milk, some people like lemon.
I don't add anything
you don't
to
put
mine.
Anything
No, I'm straight tea.
Yeah. Some people put sugar in there, but I don't want to put any artificial sugar in there. I like honey because of the flavor, and it's a more natural sweetener. But it's great nonetheless without any sweetener or coffee or milks or anything like that. But we highly recommend Teami blends. And if you use our code BozardsInAlaska at TeamiBlends.com, you'll get 15% off on every purchase. It's not a one-time thing, it doesn't expire, and that's another great thing. And I know my sister already uses this, she loves it, so I would highly recommend it. Again, Bozard15, B-O-Z-A-R-D, that's our last name, 15 at TeamiBlends.com, and you can get 15% off on your order. And there are many different Teami blend types. I know there's a skinny and the colon we've talked about. I know they have
chai.
A chai, many different types, many different flavors, more of a citrus one. So they have tons of options. They have the tumblers.
Did you say the colon comes in a lemon flavored as well?
Yes, they have the colon lemon flavored, which actually we've already bought another detox pack because we've split this one just to try it out. But we've already spent our hard-earned money on even more. That's how much we love it. And we're trying the lemon one this time. I wonder how that will be. I've had lemon and tea, but it should be interesting with the colon one. Might make it smell a little bit better.
And I personally love lemon tea, so maybe it'll be a lot better than the regular one. But the regular one is fine. It just, you get a little nervous with the initial smell.
Yeah, don't let that scare you. But again, TeamiBlends.com, use code BOZARD15 for 15% off on all your purchases, including teas, tumblers. They have skincare products on there that has tea-infused skincare products. But highly recommend it. We love it. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed the Eagle River Nature Center. I'm glad I have this hot drink because it was really cold out there, and it looks like it's going to be another cold one tomorrow. But I hope you guys are doing awesome. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.